Hello, welcome back. If you had enough land today to plant one tree crop and you had to choose between oil palm and coconut tree, which one do you think that will give you more money in Nigeria today? Give me your answer in the comment section. Many people rush into planting tree crops because they heard that, okay, this particular tree crop is profitable, oil palm is more profitable, cashew is more profitable, cocoa is more profitable, and they just rush into planting any of these three crops. Yes, these three crops are profitable, no doubt. It's a long-term crop, they are very profitable. But you know what? If you plant the wrong crop, you will waste years. That is it. In this video, I am going to break down oil palm and coconut farming in Nigeria. I will compare the both and tell you which one makes more financial sense depending on your situation. So you might watch this video till the end. Trust me, the answer might surprise you. Both coconut tree and oil palm are popular tree crops that we all know. They are long-term crops. They both take time to fruit and they have strong demand. So these are the reason why many people are confused about these two tree crops. But you know what? The both are not profitable in the same way. Let me first start with oil palm. It starts producing from 4 years. I mean the hybrid oil palm, not the local variety that we have. That can stay very long before it starts producing. So the hybrid starts fruiting from 4 years. And also it has a productive lifespan of more than 30 years. Once it starts fruiting, it keeps fruiting more than 30 years. You know, I have a video where I call these tree crops generational tree crops. We have major products from oil palm. The first is the popular palm oil that we know, and we have palm kernel oil. We also have byproducts like palm kernel cake. After you process the palm kernel oil, the cake is very useful. And we have other things we get from palm tree like brooms and all the rest of them. That is not what we are talking about now. We are talking about the two major products that we get from oil palm. Oil palm has a very strong local market. In fact, almost all Nigerians use palm oil in their daily cookings. Almost use palm oil. Oil palm has a very strong demand in our local markets here, although you can export, but when it comes to our local market here, it has a very strong demand. There are advantages of oil palm. Let me list some of those advantages. One is constant demand. In fact, I said earlier that almost all the Nigerian households use palm oil in their cooking. So it has a very constant demand when it comes to our local market here. It has a very large market. Because the demand is high, almost our Nigerian household use it. The market is very large. The third one is suitable for large scale farming. Of course, you don't even need one plot or two. If you want to farm oil palm, you need a very large scale. You need hectares and hectares of land to farm oil palm. The fourth one is multiple streams of income. I've already listed things you can get from oil palm. Outside the palm oil you will get your palm kernel oil, you will get your PKC, that is palm kernel cake, is used in making animal feed. You get your brooms. There are a lot you can get from oil palm tree. In fact, there is no waste in oil palm tree. If there are advantages, there are also challenges in oil palm farming. Let me list some of those challenges for you. The first one is large startup cost. Of course, because you need acres and hectares of land, the startup cost is very, very high. If you don't have money, I don't think you can go into oil palm farming. It requires land. Yes, you need to farm in acres and acres for you to make more money from it. You don't just need a plot of land or two, you need hectares, okay, and this is money. It also requires patience. You know, it takes time before it starts fruiting, so that period you have to be patient. The next one is, if you want to make money from it, you need to start processing it. You need to venture into processing and not just selling the fresh fruit alone. So it takes time before you start making your profit, considering the fact that it stays long before it starts fruiting. Oil palm is best for people thinking long term. Now let's talk about coconut tree. First, it starts fruiting from 5 years. You see, it's more than that of oil palm. It starts fruiting from 5 years, and its lifespan, its productive lifespan is up to 60 years. It's more than that of oil palm. Then for the products you can get from coconut, we have the main one, the oga patapata, which is the coconut oil. Then we have coconut milk, we have coconut water, and a whole lot of byproducts you can get from coconut. It has its own advantages. Number one, high value per unit. Just small quantity of coconut oil, the price is very high. Then number two is export potentials. Yes, you can export your coconut oil because the demand for it is very high. The demand for it in the international market is very, very high. The third one is less bulky. The quantity is not usually much. It's suitable for processing. That is the fourth one. Before you can get all these things, for coconut oil, coconut milk, and the rest of the byproducts, you need to process it. So if you have a coconut farm, if you want to go into coconut farming, you should be thinking about processing also. And the fifth one is that it has a growing market. Yes, the demand is very high. It has its own disadvantages. So let's talk about those challenges. Aside high startup costs, which is necessary, market knowledge is also needed. The second one is requires value addition. Of course, you need to add value processing before you can get most of the products in coconut, starting from the coconut oil, coconut milk, all the byproducts. It needs processing. So value addition is one of the challenges that you will face, because if you should have your coconut farm and at the end you just sell your coconut like that without passing through processing, you won't be making that money that you needed. The third one is market knowledge awareness. Of course, if you go to your local market today, you hardly see where they are selling coconut oil, just like the palm oil that is everywhere. In your local market, search around, you will notice that you hardly see where they are selling coconut oil. Even in small bottles, you hardly see it. All these I listed are some of the challenges you will be facing if you want to go into coconut farming. So it's good you know all these challenges and know how to tackle them. Now let's compare the profitability. You need to pay attention very well so that you will understand and choose wisely. First, oil palm has more volume, unlike coconut. When you process oil palm, you will notice that the volume, the quantity of the oil being produced is very high. Unlike the coconuts, it's not the same. Then the second one is that oil palm has a very strong local demand. It's dominating the local market, but coconut is not like that. You cannot get coconut oil in the local market. You can't just see where they are selling coconut oil in cans like the 25 yellow jerry can that we have. I have not seen such before. If you have seen, let me know in the comment section. Coconut has a very strong demand in the international market. So if you can export yours, you will make money from it because the demand is very high in the international market, not in our local market here. The third one is that oil palm has lower margin per unit compared to coconut. Coconut has a very high margin per unit. What this means is this, that the price of oil palm is usually lower compared to coconut. When you get, let's say, a 25 liter of palm oil and that of coconut, the prices can never be the same. Oil palm is usually lower, coconut is very high. The coconut oil is very, very high. You have seen the profitability. Both oil palm and coconut requires patience. So I ask again, which tree crop, these particular two tree crops, which of them is more profitable than the other? The truth of the matter is, profit depends on what you want. If what you want is steady local demand, then go for oil palm. If you want in bulk production, go for oil palm. But if you want high value products, go for coconut. If also you want processing and branding, also go for coconut. It's not like you can brand palm oil and its byproducts, but coconut, before you get something out of it, you must process it. All the byproducts, you must process it. Even the oil, you must process it before you can get money out of it. So profitability depends on what you want. My best advice to anyone who is planting any of this crop, either oil palm or coconut, my advice is for you to first have a plan. Have a market plan before you even start planting. So profitability depends on what you want. Don't rush it. Plan first. Make your research before you go into it, whether oil palm farming or coconut farming. Please make sure you make your research. The next thing is, before you plant either oil palm or coconut, ask yourself this one question: how will I sell this? This question goes a long way. This question will lead you into first researching your market to know what works, and also your market plan. You need it. You need to have a plan and know what you are going in for. If you want, like I said earlier, if you want local demand, go for oil palm. If you want bulk production, big production, go for oil palm. If you want processing, high quality, exports, go for coconut. So the choice depends on you. The profitability of both oil palm and coconut depends on what you want. So let me know in the comment section, if you had plans today to plant either oil palm or coconut, which one are you going to plant based on profitability? Let me know in the comment section. With this, I have come to the end of this video. Please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button. Is very important. All right, thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.